Hey, what's going on, everybody? Scott Hilsey here. I just crossed 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for this. This is insane. This is a crazy thing. I never thought I'd be able to get to this level this quick. I think I did 10,000 subscribers in the past month. So to every single person who subscribed, thank you so much, and I will not let you down with the content. So for those of you who follow my Instagram, you saw that I'm doing an Ask Me Anything to celebrate 10,000 subscribers today. And if you aren't following my Instagram, be sure to follow it right here. So I actually asked that question on my story a couple hours ago. It's only been like 4 hours, but I got a lot of questions. So I'm just gonna sit here and go through them all. I'm not sure how long this video is gonna be, but throughout this video, you're definitely gonna get to know me more, and you're definitely gonna get to know dropshipping based on a lot of the questions that I already saw. Okay, so there are a lot of questions here. I'm just gonna choose the ones that I'm looking to answer and go from there. Okay, so the first one comes from Rahul. He says, how did you go viral? A lot of people want to get into the YouTube game and stuff and do the exact same thing as everyone else. Same with the dropshipping. Want to do the exact same thing as everyone else, expect the exact same results. I was always the type of person to never want to do anything anybody else is doing. Like, if I saw someone else doing it, I just had no desire to do it, and I wanted to do something that was more unique and better than that. Start my own trends, make YouTube videos no one else has done. In order to be successful, you have to stand out and you have to be entertaining. You can't just do what everyone else is doing. You can't just copy the same formula, the same algorithm as everyone else and expect the exact same results. It just doesn't work like that. You have to bring something unique to the table to stand out from the crowd. And for me, my first viral video was definitely a day in the life of a dropshipper. Like, I think it's at 83,000 views already in the first month, which is just insane. And if you look at a lot of YouTubers, you'll see that the majority of their following came from a handful of videos, and then they took it and ran with it from there. And then from there, it's all about consistency. However, I was just explaining this to the maintenance guy downstairs. There's such a thing as being too consistent. I'm not gonna mention names, but there's someone out there who put out a video every single day for a year. Nothing wrong with that, but if you feel the need to put out a video every single day, you're not gonna be putting out quality content every single day. You're doing it more for what you told yourself about, I'm gonna make a video every single day, rather than just focusing on making extremely quality content. That's basically what I do. This guy asked, can I give you beats for your videos? I'm only going to be promoting my friend's music, sorry. Or any music that I deem quality. If someone comes at me and tells me, hey, you should use this song for your next video or whatever, I'm immediately going to say no. Don't tell me what to do. This is why I got into the business, so nobody can tell me what to do. If you ask, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Like, my boy Joseph X is insane. I haven't heard any rapper like him. Like, if you guys saw the movie Back to the Future, hey, Larry, you know that this is your cousin Marvin. You know that new sound you were looking for? Well, listen to this. That's what Joseph X is. It's that new sound everybody's been looking for. And if you guys want to check out his SoundCloud profile, be sure to leave a link in the description below. Tyrone asks, what's your favorite clothing brand? I'd say I used to be into Off-White and Supreme, but now I'm starting to understand quality more, so my favorite brands are Givenchy, Gucci, and Balenciaga, for sure. Armanas asks, are you real Lithuanian? Yep. Mario asks, best advanced tip for someone who is going to start dropshipping and has done research about it. You definitely want to focus on getting into the lookalike audiences stage. If you guys want more information on that, look at my lookalike audience video or my last video about Facebook ads strategy. That's the more advanced stuff, but that's when your business will really take off. The Facebook Pixel is by far the most advanced marketing system, software, whatever you want to call it, in the world, and it's definitely a good idea to take full advantage of that. Nawa asks, does not having a credit card payment option on your website affect sales as much? Yep, definitely. I get half credit card sales and half PayPal sales. So if you're just doing PayPal, you're probably going to miss out on 50% of the sales, and then you're probably not going to make a profit from there. Glavin asks, how much time should a beginner need to start seeing consistent sales with dropshipping? A lot of people ask me questions similar to this. It's honestly all on you. What's your work ethic like? What's your innovation like? What's your creativity like? Again, if you're trying to do the same products, the same format, the same everything as everybody else, you're surely going to fail. You have to create the trends. That's where the big money's at. Fidget spinner. The guy who took fidget spinners from AliExpress and mutated them and made different fidget spinners and everything, multi-millionaire now because he created that trend. So focus on finding the stuff nobody else has done before and becoming the head runner for that. You talk about Facebook ads a lot, but what about Instagram ads? Shout outs. Thanks, bro. I actually talked about Facebook ads versus Instagram influencers on my a couple videos ago. I never used Instagram ads at all, just because you can't share them, and that'll decrease your organic growth a lot. But a student in my course has done 32,000 in the past couple months just doing Instagram ads. So it's really down to testing. I'm like a doctor. I can give my opinion on stuff, but at the end of the day, you'd still want me to test to see what you have rather than just me assuming, right? Jeremy, do you prefer narrowing it down by engaged shoppers? Yep. All right, Robert asks, still working with phone cases, or are you taking yourself to another niche? It's still that one iPhone case. Yesterday I did 3.4 thousand on that iPhone case. Same ad. I've only had one ad on it. Same ad. I just know a different scaling strategy. And now 14 months later, after I launched this ad, I just crossed over 200,000 on this ad, and I'm averaging about $3,000 to $4,000 a day on it, which is just insane. I am going to be including that scaling strategy in my course coming up. If you guys want more information on that, I have a link below. Simplified Dropshipping. All right, Cole asks, where do you see yourself in the future in regards to scaling the business, where you live, and whatnot? The whole point of the one product dropshipping is now I have my email list is over 20,000 deep now, and my order list is like 17,000, I think. So I have a massive amount of data in my Pixel, and it's going to be so easy to open up a brand where I have 10 or 20 iPhone cases instead of just the one, because now I have the foundation set. If I did this cold turkey, it probably wouldn't work because a lot of people are trying to sell iPhone cases. And again, I wouldn't sell iPhone cases you can find at Walmart, or like a pink iPhone case or a glitter iPhone case. It's boring. Don't sell boring stuff. You have to do head-turning stuff, viral products, all this. And in terms of where I live, I might move back to Los Angeles. I don't even know. Again, I don't like to plan stuff too much, because when I plan stuff, then I keep that plan in my head no matter what. And if I see a better avenue, I'm going to be like, no, this is part of my plan. A person actually told me yesterday that, Scott, I've lost $800 in the past month trying this product, but I know it's a good product. I know it's a winner. You are so caught up in the plan. You're so caught up in what you think is good. You're not even looking at the data. You lost $800 in a month. It's not a good product. I'm sorry. Don't be emotionally attached to your product or your ad. Yeah, you might think it looks good, but obviously not many people else do. So forget about the product and move on. IMJ says, why did you pick the city you live in right now over other places? There's literally nobody really in St. Louis doing this type of stuff. Why would I want to move where everybody else, like the average dropshipper, they get success, move to LA, get success, move to New York, get success, move to Miami. I don't want to be like everybody else, so why would I do what everyone else is doing? Again, this comes back to my whole theme. Maybe down the line, but right now, nobody's doing it here, so I'd rather be here and have zero competition in what I do, be the forefront and have my name out there as St. Louis's #1 dropshipper, rather than going to LA and competing with hundreds of them. Pillow Walk says, do you think your website theme has a big percentage of whether or not you make a sale? I mean, I use the theme Jumpstart, but I don't use the new theme Jumpstart. Like, the new theme looks terrible on mobile. I'm sorry, it looked awful on mobile. I don't know why they did that. I actually have the old theme encoded and downloaded myself, and I actually give that to all my students, and that's the only way you can really get it, because I don't think anybody else really saved the old theme where the desktop was the same as the mobile, and the desktop version on mobile looked so beautiful, but the mobile version, the new mobile version looks just terrible. It's stacked on top of each other. It's just disgusting. So you can try Jumpstart, but honestly, it's not that great looking in my opinion. I'd much rather have the old theme, and that's what I have downloadable to all my students. Jake Bacon says, Off-White or Yeezy? You're talking about shoes? Because Off-White has better shoes. I mean, yeah, these are Yeezys, but I think Off-White has a better design. I don't know, it's kind of close. Victor says, how do you deal with taxes? Hired a tax lady. That's not my expertise. I'm not even going to deal with it. Stay within your, what would Warren Buffett say, area of competence or something like that. That's how he doesn't make many mistakes. He just stays within what he's competent in. For me, I'm not jumping all into the stock market. I don't know much about stock market. I'm not going to jump into real estate because everyone's jumping into real estate. I don't know much about real estate. That's how you avoid making huge, massive mistakes. At least that's how Warren Buffett did. He didn't jump into anything he wasn't 100% proficient in until he learned every single detail about the business. Abdu Guy says, for one product stores, is it better to do the homepage instead of a product page? Yep. Victor says, how are you dealing with your payment providers? I just have it integrated in my site and I accept the payments. Yippee Lead says, I'm in your course. Thank you, Yippee. My question is, do we always stay away from holidays, Valentine's Day? I'd say 100%, because you really shouldn't even be selling anything a month out, a month from the holiday, and a lot of people don't even shop until within the month of the holiday. So you're going to get a lot of returns, a lot of complaints if your products aren't showing up on time. So I would avoid holidays altogether. Johan asks, how much to start? Shopify is $27 a month. You're going to be spending $5 a day on ads, and you're only going to scale that if you're profitable. So you're really most you're going to lose a day is like $5 a day. So really not that much, maybe just a couple hundred. Chris Jots asks, who originally taught you the most about dropshipping? I taught myself everything. I just use YouTube. I use Facebook groups, but most of all, I taught myself through trial and error, because that's the best way to learn anything. Like, it really hurts when you lose money, and it hammers into your brain more like, don't do that, try this. And then, okay, don't try this, try this. And then through trial and error and just the strong desire to try things nobody else has done, that's how I did it. Josh Burke asks, how did your lifestyle change when you became successful? I don't even consider myself successful. I really don't consider anybody successful until they're making about $1 to $2 million a month. And even then, like, compared to the tens of hundreds of thousands of people above you, you're nothing. They could just flick you off like this. Like, look at Jeff Bezos, $20 billion in 20 minutes. And you got people in St. Louis here thinking they're big shots because they make $500,000 a year, or they make $1 million a year. So they walk around with their head up high. It's like, I don't think you guys aren't in reality here in St. Louis. Like, you don't understand that making $100,000 a month wouldn't even pay half of the rent with some of the houses in Los Angeles. So, like I said in the drop shipping video, be humble or get humbled. Because I worked at a fancy restaurant back in the day here in St. Louis, and people literally came in thinking they were big shots, driving a $60,000 car, making $250,000 a year, thinking they're the definition of successful and God's gift. Like, I don't think you understand the amount of money people make out there, and you are literally you're not even in the 1%, and you think you're a big shot. Stupid. R. Bland says, what are your top 3 book recommendations? How to Win Friends and Influence changed my life. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill for sure. Probably The One Thing by Gary Keller. That's basically what laid out the format for me doing the one product, and that's where I got a lot of the ideas, literally just from the title. Caleb Bretzer says, what did you do before drop shipping? Man, I was an Uber driver in LA for 3 months, and then before that, I was a busser at that fine dining restaurant here in St. Louis for 5 years. And, you know, people always, like, when I even talked about my business, people would say it's a scam, a get-rich-quick scheme. Like, a lot of the people, a lot of the cooks or whatever would talk down to me, make fun of me and everything. How ironic is it that those same people are hitting me up for advice, hitting me up trying to get mentorship, hitting me up trying to guide them into making money or stuff like that? Fuck off. I know exactly. I remember every single thing that every condescending look, every condescending word that was spoken to me. I forgive, but I never forget. I reward the people who did the most for me. Like, there was a server where I worked, and he was, by far, of everyone in my life, encouraging person ever. He was very, very encouraging, very supportive in what I do, when basically no one in my life was. And so I went there the other day. I think our bill was like $200. I tipped him 100%, and I will continue to tip him 100% every time I go in, because he played a large role in keeping me going, and believing. Stel, I can't even pronounce this name. Are you trying more shops at the moment? Yeah, I got 3. And they're all doing really well. Like, 2 of them are 6 figures, and then the 3rd one I'm just starting up now. Sartik asks, should I keep a virtual assistant for my Facebook ads? I wouldn't. Like, you should learn everything there is to know about Facebook ads. Like, I'd say outsource pretty much everything but Facebook ads, because you're going to care way more about it than some guy that you're hiring and telling them to follow a certain algorithm. Marie, how much money do I need to invest to start? Like, just a couple hundred. All right, Adrian says, only got 3 sales after nearly 1 month. Any tips? These are the type of questions that I just can't answer. I don't know what product you're using. I don't know what scaling you're using. I don't know what platform you're targeting. I don't know what video you're using. I don't know what copy you're using. I don't know what your website looks like. If it's a multi-product website, I can't even give advice on that, because my expertise is one product website. Tons of people ask me that question all the time. It's like, I spent $800 on ads and didn't get any sales. What should I do? I have no clue at all. Like, I don't know how many ATCs you got. I don't know how many VCs you got. I don't know how many website visitors you got. There's so many variables here. I just can't say, oh, you should do this, and then that'll change your life. That's just not how it works. Galbraith Sam says, what made you first start drop shipping? The strong desire for location neutral income automation, and the strong desire for not one motherfucker on this earth being able to tell me what to do at any time in my life. Not one person in this entire world can tell me what or when to do with any repercussions. Like, I'm the master of my domain. I set my own schedule. I do what I want every single day of the week. Because when you're a busser and you're constantly getting talked down to and being told what to do and all this shit, you really start to get pissed off inside, and you really start to have a strong desire of what can I do with this? What can I do in my life to make sure that I never have to experience this ever again, never have to have a boss tell me what to do, and I never will have a boss tell me what to do. Karan Waghella says, when will your course be on sale next? I mean, God, probably not till the summer or even later. that was like a very rare sale that I did, very rare. And I just want to do that for the new year, so all you guys have a chance to, you know, really start on something brand new, start on your path to location neutral income automation for the 2019 year. Enrique says, what was one of your greatest struggles being an entrepreneur and how did you overcome it? First of all, I'm not an entrepreneur. I don't consider anybody an entrepreneur until they have at least 5 successful businesses, 5 separate successful businesses. I do not want to be categorized with all the fakes out there with entrepreneur in their bio. They haven't really done anything. A lot of people like to call themselves entrepreneur, go to these entrepreneurship workshops. I'm not an entrepreneur. I have a whole video about this. I just hate that word so much because it associates me with all these fakes out here, 90% of them, who are calling themselves entrepreneurs. I'm a drop shipper. Entrepreneur is usually used as a mask to say, I'm not really doing anything, I'm trying different stuff, and I'm not making any money. So I don't want to be associated with those types of people because I can specifically say what I do. I'm an e-commerce drop shipper. I'm not an entrepreneur and then just leave it at that. I can specifically tell you what I do for a living, not just say I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, so anyway, back to your question. My biggest struggle was definitely belief. I would rather not get too far into it. And I was trying all this. I was definitely not in the best situation ever. And like I said, I was being talked down to a lot. Everyone in my life besides that one server really didn't believe in me or didn't understand it. And I just really had to believe in myself. And a lot of people can't handle that at all. A lot of people can't handle that. A lot of people can't handle working on themselves. They have to be in their group projects or they can't get anything done. Fuck the group projects. I was always working by myself because people put more emphasis on their social life than they do their business life, which in turn puts them into a 9 to 5 because that makes them feel comfortable. They're getting told what to do all the day. People prefer that. They're getting surrounded by people who are getting told what to do. They prefer that because that's the groupthink mentality. But you know, I'm not talking down on 9 to 5s because I know a lot of people in there are really trying to get out of that. But a lot of people not only prefer it, but talk down to the people who are outside of that, saying that they're not a valuable contribution to society when these types of people are literally doing data entry for fucking Centene or something like that. So I just get those messages all the time saying like how I don't contribute to society and all this and how like I'm a scam. It's like, man, I've literally made people over $400,000 in the past couple months. What have you done? What, you entered data for this company? You really think you contributed? I don't want to get too far into that, but that's just something that makes me laugh. Being Indoor Walla says, what are your goals for 2019? I'm gonna make $1 million in revenue for sure by the end of the year, probably by the summer. Jay Hussein says, tips on how to stay motivated. Elon Musk said it best. If you need inspiring words to do it, just don't do it because you weren't meant to do it. If you really need someone to inspire you or tell you what to do, you're probably gonna fail. I'm sorry, but you probably are going to fail at this if you put so much emphasis on what other people are going to tell you rather than finding that motivation within yourself. For me, like I was saying earlier, my motivation was nobody can tell me what to do, and I never want anybody telling me what to do. Our Nunn says, best way to start a store, one product store with the theme jumpstart. Yippee leads asks, again, how many times did you fail until you found the winner? Man, the case was my first product I chose because, like I said, I came in with this mentality of got to be unique, got to be viral. And a lot of people know the story. I got 4 sales. I scaled the PPE because I didn't know what I was doing. I gave up on it because I was losing money. I tried 4 other products and then I shut down my website. And then in October when I was driving Uber in LA, I literally just started the same website with the same case and it's been history ever since. Daps asks, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Definitely retired. Kyle says, do you have any product research tips for someone just starting off in dropshipping? Yeah, my video about product research tips. Caleb says, top 3 people or events that motivated/inspired you. I would say the situation I was living in at home, Ty Lopez for sure, because he introduced me to social media marketing in general, and then myself, because nobody's going to motivate you better than your own self. And I guess Gary Vaynerchuk too, because of how real he keeps it. The guy's saying fuck, and people actually get pissed off when you curse. It's 2019. I remember I posted this video on LinkedIn, and this lady was like, you know, that was really good information, but you should probably not curse because this is LinkedIn. Well, fuck you. I really do not give a fuck about anybody talking down on me because I'm cursing. Like, go live in your little corporate world where you got to act a certain way and dress a certain way and all this bullshit. I'm not that. I'm keeping it real. This is who I am, and I'm not going to change just because you don't approve of my cursing. Fuck off. D. Marco says, where are you traveling next? I wish I could say, but I'm taking my girl Taylor a certain place, and she doesn't know, so I don't want her watching this video and then finding out through that. So it's a very cool place. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to Seattle after that with some friends. Brando asks, when did you realize you can take dropshipping e-commerce as a full-time job? right when I came back from LA, that's when the sales started going off. So once I started doing consistently $100 a day profit, I'm like, I can definitely do this full time. Ruba Store says, how do you feel to be financially free? This one's interesting because there's pros and cons to it. Obviously, the pro is nobody tells me what to do. I can do whatever I want every single day. I have enough money coming in where the finances really doesn't stop me from traveling anywhere or buying most things. Like, I'm not going to buy a Lamborghini. That's stupid. But, like, most things, like, I could go any place in St. Louis and I won't really have to face a financial issue, like going to an expensive restaurant. Like, me and Taylor went to this restaurant over here and I dropped $120 on it. It didn't even faze me. Like, that's just my average already. Happily Tinkering says, is $500 a good amount to start with? Yeah, that's more than enough. I'd say that's like the perfect amount, maybe even a little more. James Graham says, best advice to give a 16-year-old going into drop shipping. Do everything under your parents' name. Hopefully they let you. The PayPal, the business, the LLC has to be under your parents' name until you're 18. I'm looking at these questions and I'm getting a lot of the same questions of somebody saying like, when can I meet you and stuff like that. You guys don't understand how much I work. Like, it may not seem like I work a lot, but I'm very, very strict on myself. Every single day I probably work around like, I mean, some days it's 12 hours, some days it's like 6 or 7, but I need time for myself and drop shipping. The last thing I ever want to do when I'm done doing my work every day is talk more about drop shipping. That's the absolute last thing I want to do. So I'm sorry if I don't want to meet up with you here and talk more drop shipping when I've been talking drop shipping 8 hours a day, every day for like the past 4 months. I need that relaxation time with my own friends who don't bring up drop shipping every time I'm with them and things like that. Ray says, have you had to deal with any rolling reserves from Shopify Payments, Stripe, PayPal? Nope, I haven't. I'm a PayPal VIP, and then Shopify and Stripe I've never had a problem with either. A lot of people say they do, but I just never have. And a lot of these questions are repetitive, so if I don't answer your question, I probably already answered it. Or it's just like such a broad question, I can't answer it. So someone just asked me, what would you charge for me to run your store? I don't want a percentage. I don't want to do ads. I'm not doing anything because guess what? Not only do I get that question 10 times a day along with okay, so it's like this. I get about 10 to 20 times a day, can you mentor me? I'm opening something like that soon. I don't have the time to mentor 1,000 people, you know? But I am opening something like that soon, and I'm going to keep everything updated so that I am able to do that. The other question I get 10 to 20 times a day is, hey, bro, can we meet up and I can pick your brain? Man, if I met up with every single person who asked me that, I'd be spending 80 hours a week just having my brain picked. I have to focus on my own business. And then 3, it's, hey, man, can you set up my store? Can you launch my ads? And then I'll give you 20% of the profits. No, I get that question 10 to 15 times a day. I can't keep track of all these stores, nor why would I not just do it for myself and collect 100% of the profits? And McDon says, when was the moment you realized you had cracked the code to drop shipping? When I was coming home from LA and I started boosting, and I'd say the real day was when I went to my college I dropped out of and I did my first $1,000 day, and then the next day I did $1,600 with a $900 profit. That's when I was like, okay, the one product drop shipping strategy, nobody's doing this. I created this and it's fucking working. I cracked it. And then I guess recently when I tried this new scaling strategy and I was able to bring it back to life, $4,000, $4,000 a day. Do you have any investments besides e-commerce? Yeah, I got five or six streams of income right now. Dewis says, favorite pair of shoes that you own / want? My favorite pair of shoe right now would definitely be the Vapor Max Off-White Nikes. Those are so cool. I've wanted those forever and I just love them so much. Muhammad says, now when you make 6 figures or whatever, why don't you buy a supercar? I'm going to be buying either a Tesla or a BMW i8 coming up here soon. I just had to wait for the new year because my tax lady said that it'd be much better, especially after knowing how much I'm going to be paying. It's definitely going to be way over 5 figures for my taxes this year. So she said, wait until we get that settled, and then we're going to be able to write off the entire car when I buy it. So I'm going to be buying it in cash too. I really don't have an interest in buying an expensive car and then being in debt for like 5 or 6 years. Like, I'm only going to buy it in cash. Sale Magbitor says, what ways do you increase conversion rate with your one product store? What apps? Herify for sure, and Cart Recovery. While converting a one product store to a brand store, adding new products, do we use the same data? Yep. It says, is the end goal of Facebook ads to get an ideal lookalike audience for future promotions? Yep. And then also you just keep rebuilding the lookalike audiences and they keep getting smarter and smarter and smarter, and you keep scaling that way. Darian Sana says, how long do you think dropshipping will last for? Well, when I talked to Thomas Lemus in Berlin, he's the guy who created Oberlo, he told me, after talking with him, I'm completely certain that they're gonna last. It's gonna last a long time. Like he's already opened multiple fulfillment stores in the United States, and now he's focusing on the United Kingdom, Canada, basically the big five, and just all over the world. So that, I mean, the one concern with drop shipping right now is the shipping time. And based on a lot of your questions, I understand that too. So I think it'll last forever for sure. Arjol says, how much did you make last night Shopify drop shipping? Last month, I think I cleared around 28 grand on that iPhone case, but this month I'm expected to do around 80,000, and that's my goal. But who knows, like I gotta be real careful with the profit margin and everything. But that was one of my best, like my best month ever was 30,000 a month, and I almost broke it last time, but I'm breaking records every single day. Like you guys saw, I made 3.4 thousand yesterday, 2.8 thousand the other day. It's just been insane. Arjol says, any hobbies or side passions? Yeah, man, I freestyle all the time, and freestyling is super important to mental cognitive ability, being able to communicate properly with people. Like everybody has a picture of something they want to say in their head, but the more you freestyle, the more you understand words, the more you understand how to paint that picture in someone else's head and be able on the spot. It's just like when you freestyle a lot, it translates into conversation, your everyday conversation. So that's just the way I see it. And then also pennyboarding. Obviously, a lot of you see me pennyboard. Like pennyboarding and freestyle, those are my main two hobbies. And the same guy just asked, do you play video games? How many hours per day? Man, I probably play Fortnite like 1 hour a week, if that. Like I really don't have any desire to play video games anymore. As a kid, I'd spend like 13 hours straight playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. But nowadays, anytime I'm playing a video game, I could be like, well, I could be doing this or be making a ton of money online. So this is a good one. Andrew Hurt, best way to explain long shipping times to customers. Because our deals are so good and we have a mass amount of orders, please allow 1 to 2 weeks for shipping time and put that in the About Us page. Don't put that on the product page. Don't put that on the checkout page. Only put that in the About Us page. Andrew says again, are you investing your drop shipping profits into any other businesses? Like online businesses, yeah, but again, I'm not going to go outside my area of competence like Warren Buffett says. There's no reason for me to invest in real estate. No reason for me to invest in stock market because I just don't know much about it. Ideally, I'd want to put like a $250,000 down payment on a big apartment complex and then just get residual income from that basically forever. Siri says, I want to ask just you, at any level of sales, should I have an LCC? I think you meant LLC. Once you're getting consistently a couple $1,000s a month, that's when you should get an LLC. But until then, you can do sole proprietorship. And I covered that in the LLC video. Muhammad says, do you ever worry about not finding that unique product to sell because to be able to pay your rent? If I worried about it, I would never be successful because I'd be so focused on worrying. What am I gonna do? I'm literally never worried ever. Like if someone sued me tomorrow for 100 grand, I wouldn't even be fazed by it because worrying is only gonna cause problems for you. Like, trust me, worrying is only gonna cause problems. Do not worry. Once you worry, you're going to convince yourself to not do it. Edgar, what's your main motivation to succeed? Not one person being able to tell me what to do. There's a big difference between succeeding and succeeding self-made. And I'm succeeding self-made right now, and I love it because anybody can succeed by meeting the right person or getting the right job, and people call that successful. But in my eyes, true success is having the freedom to do whatever, whenever, wherever. And that's success right there. Not having anybody tell you what to do and being able to do whatever you want. Chad says, what did you want to be growing up? I definitely wanted to be a professional skateboarder until I was like 15, and that was around 8. And then before that, I wanted to be a professional MLB player, and I could have for sure. In the first grade, when I played baseball in the kindergarten and first grade, I had 32 home runs that year, which is insane for a 6-year-old. So a bunch of high schools and colleges were talking to my mom when I was 6, 7 years old. And unfortunately, I don't even want to get into that. And then I'm going to mention right here, a lot of you guys are asking me questions that I lay out like on a long video on my YouTube. So if I didn't answer your question, just check out my YouTube videos because I'm getting a lot of questions that I answer very detailed in my YouTube videos. And I don't want to sit here and repeat myself. Dijon says, do you do bulk order fulfillment or via CSV file to supplier? No, I just use AliExpress still. I mean, that's probably a smart idea, but that's how it gets complicated. I'm not trying to get smart here. If it's working, I change it if it's not working, you know? I am Felix says, how do you do a bit.ly link to the product when making an ad? You go to bit.ly and you put the link to your store. Create a bit.ly. 60 Shades of Fashion. I'm not sure what you mean by that. She's basically asking, Do you use Instagram influencers to get recognition on your page, or do you need fake followers? If you buy fake followers, I can almost guarantee you're going to fail at this for sure, because you got to keep it real, and then that's going to mess up Instagram's algorithm. You're going to buy 10,000. That's why you see all these people with like 10,000 followers and stuff, and they're getting like 100 likes. It looks terrible. It looks literally so bad. I'd rather have 100 followers and getting 10 likes than have 10,000 followers and getting 100 likes. Like, literally, that looks so fucking bad to me. I just don't understand why anybody would do it. And then when you send out a post, it's going to fall into all these fake accounts instead of your actual followers, and it's going to fuck up your entire account. Just don't do it. Shuck a buck, brat or burger? How about a brat burger? Okay, I get this question a lot. Julia says, do you create a new FB ad account for every product? Or are you using the same account? I'll answer a question I get a lot too. No, I don't create a new ad account. I mean, yeah, you want to create a new ad account with a new pixel when you're launching a new product. But if you didn't get more than 100 sales on your last product, you can use that same pixel. Like, that pixel is barely seasoned at all. Just you go ahead and use that same pixel. And then the question I was thinking he was asking was, people are always like, well, if you have a one product store, when that one product doesn't work out, do you have to buy a whole new domain? No, I mean, you want your domain to nod towards something like you only have one deal on your site at a time, not specifically what the product of the deal is, just like you only have one deal. So that's what a lot of people get confused. Well, alrighty guys, I think this video is about 45 minutes long. I mean, I'm gonna edit it down. I'm not sure how long it's gonna be, but that's it. Like, thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers, and I appreciate it all. And going back to what I said earlier about people wanting to meet up with me and, you know, get in my inner circle, what you want to, like, if you guys really want to understand me, the last thing I want to do is talk about dropshipping. Like, right here I said you can ask me any question you want, dropshipping related or not, and 95% of them were about drop shipping. And so that means in my inboxes, over 98% of the questions I get are about drop shipping. So I'm answering those all day. And any new person who hears what I do, they want to meet up to talk about drop shipping. It's like, I can only talk about drop shipping so much. Like, when I'm done talking about drop shipping every day, I just prefer to relax. Go to my friend's house and freestyle, you know, just straight up relax and not worry about drop shipping, because it'd be like going to your 9 to 5 at Apple every day and working on Apple and talking about Apple, and then getting home at 5 and then meeting up with multiple people who have questions about your Apple job, and then waking up the next morning and going into Apple, and then coming home and then talking Apple with everybody else. I'd rather not consume my mind 100% in drop shipping, because that's how I'm gonna go fucking insane one day. So that's just something I want you guys to know about me. I'm sorry if I seem like a dick for not wanting to meet up with you just because you want to pick my brain or whatever. I really need to focus on my business. I need to focus on my own growth and everything like that. That's why I don't like to do phone calls, because phone calls mean I have to stop everything I'm doing to talk on the phone. I don't like to do phone calls at all. And this is a part of the reason why I started dropshipping. I didn't like phone calls. I just do not like phone calls. I don't want to stop what I'm doing. If my friends call me, there's very few people I'll pick up the phone for. But a lot of times, my friends know this, I just don't pick up phone calls. If I'm doing something, I want to stay focused on that. I don't want to stop what I'm doing just to talk drop shipping or things like that. So the whole point of this video is for you guys to, you know, understand me better. Like, I know there's a lot of questions about drop shipping, but I think the questions that weren't specifically about drop shipping, you guys are understanding me a little better. I'm a normal person. I only have so much time in a day, and I have to be sure that I apply that time in the best way possible. So I didn't even notice the sun was behind me, so I might be in the shadows for a lot of this video. I hope not, but if I am, maybe I can color correct it. That kind of happened in the last video too, because the sun's setting. I mean, it's not even 4 o'clock yet, and the sun's about to set. So dreary days here in St. Louis, but I love this weather. And anyway, guys, that's it. This is probably going to be one of my longest videos ever. I hope you guys learned more about me. I hope you guys learned more about drop shipping. If you have any questions, I will be responding to every single question within the first hour of the video being posted. Immediately, I respond so quick. So leave a comment below if you're in that. Be sure to subscribe and turn post notifications on so you are alerted when I drop these videos, so you can come in and ask me those questions. Be sure to hit like if you like this. Hit like for 10,000 subs. That's insane. Hit like for 10,000 subs. Sends me to the training page, helps my page grow continually. I'm trying to get 100,000 subs by the summer. And yeah, so this is Scott Hilsey. Thanks for watching. Signing off.